Hello, everyone. This is Jim Ogrozinski with this week's lecture video. So I'd like to take a few moments here to talk about exercise number one. Read over some of the discussion board posts, and I think a lot of people hit the just the right notes when they were talking about all the different options that Ballinger presents in the textbook. So the idea here is some people mention you have to know your thesis. True, but as your research evolves and your topic evolves, your thesis might evolve also. So in other words, you want to have a good idea of what your thesis may be, what your main point or your main claim to your particular research project might be, but you have to be open to evolving that thesis as the evidence presents itself. So I think that's pretty much a given there. They can't use I or using your own voice. Of course, the idea here is you can use I, especially if you're using your personal experience or observations in a way of having as academic evidence, right? You have to be able to say I. The problem with I sometimes is that we actually get quite carried away with it, and you want to stay away from that. Well, obviously, using experience and observation as academic evidence is allowed. You want to take that idea and hold on to it as you move into exercise 2, Ballinger's theories of intelligence. Well, we have to talk a little bit about facts and opinions, right? Facts, always grounded in empirical evidence, are a given. We all know that. Opinions, though, sometimes I think have a different meaning for different people. An opinion that is grounded in fact actually becomes knowledge. It's well informed, and that might carry a little bit more weight than somebody's opinion based on misinformation, or it might even be an emotional argument for some people who think that feel strongly emotionally about a particular topic. So we have to really remember how we sort out facts and opinions. Most often people got the textbook as true, idea, writing about that one in the discussion board. Yeah, I mean, everything in textbooks is an agenda, just like everything we have out on the internet. Everything we have in a way of presenting about arguments are always all about an agenda. So you want to make sure that you're familiar with that particular author's view on the textbook. Not everything is true. Everybody shapes narrative or rewrites history. That's pretty much well documented. So I want to recall that we did talk about page 9 in the introduction, where Ballinger talks about discourse communities and basically states that everybody is a narrator for their argument, or they're a narrator for whatever topic they're writing about. That's just the role of the writer. Also, I just want to remind everybody to look at the types of evidence: memory and experience, observation, reading, which is secondary sources, and even interviews are all sources of evidence and information that we can use to support arguments. And I think it's very important to remember that as you move into writing discussion board 6 and exercise number 2. So the questions that you always want to ask yourself after you read theories of intelligence: if it isn't a research paper, then what is it? What conventions does it share with the academic research paper, at least as we understand our notion of the academic research paper? And then who determines the conventions of a genre like a college research paper in the first place, right? Who decides what a research paper is? Does it even really matter? Or why are there different genres anyway? And I'm speaking for somebody who teaches workplace writing. I mean, there are always genres out there that we have to write. We have to adhere to the norms of that genre. It's just the way the world has been working. So we have to figure out exactly if we look at a research paper, and perhaps maybe in the corporate world, or when you move on from academia, you'll be tasked with writing a report, and that report will require sources. So how to integrate sources into your writing is a critical skill. So one thing I really want everybody to do is take a look at, while you're reading theories of intelligence, take a look and see if there's a thesis statement. Are there sources, a works cited page? Are the sources reliable and credible? Do they support the main argument? Perhaps maybe even Ballinger might have a counter argument in that essay. and see how the conclusion, if it does in fact connect back to the thesis, right? So as we move forward here in the introduction, remember the goal of the introduction in the Curious Researcher is to challenge your thinking about the research essay, what it might sound like. I'm just about through grading all of the discourse narratives. Overall, everybody did a really good job of identifying a discourse community, and we're going to see where we can take that to the next level and do some research and turn that into the research essay. All right, that being said, good luck and stay safe out there.